How you doing? Alright guys, we're going to talk about some aggressive restoration druid PvP right here, right now. So I want to give you guys a commentary. Some people like to talk about playing Resto Druid in twos and how they love how I play it. So I want to break down a game that I thought was like a textbook aggressive Resto Druid game. So I want to break this down for you guys, show you guys everything I'm looking for, and how you can do this as well. All right, so here we go. First off here, this is my talent build. If you are curious what I'm running, you can definitely change things up. Of course, you don't need to play this, but I typically play in this build. I have kick, the meme, and the extra movement speed with Heart of the Wild and Convoke. If you're not playing Convoke, you don't really need Heart of the Wild, but you don't need Convoke for any of this. But it comes in handy. And let me note, this is so much easier with the caster, specifically a Destro Lock, which you'll see me playing with at the moment. So everything will be a lot easier with the Destro Lock, but you can definitely make this work with a lot of other classes. You just won't be so stun heavy, right? If you are playing with a stun heavy class, so like a Sub-Rogue or a Feral or something like that. All right, so gates open. Normal I go for is getting Cenarian Ward up, Life Looms at both targets, and Swarms going, okay? If I have time, I'll throw on a Regrowth, which I did there. Okay, at this point here, we want to get the ball rolling. For a Destro Lock specifically, I mean, if you're playing with any caster, you want to make sure that you're stunning something in their line. So typically, it's going to be stunning both of them in line if it's a threat of getting kicked. But at this point, the Windwalker runs away from the Paladin, so it opens up a free Cyclone. We're going to shift immediately, bash him, pop the Voke. Okay, with Windwalkers, as with a lot of classes, when you're playing aggressive, be careful, okay? These are the things you got to notice. Bash is running out. What could this guy do? Leg sweep, boom, pressure's gone. Okay, so this is, I'm trying to bait out of there at the last few seconds there, get a Vortex so that I can get away. Before I do anything else, get the hots up. When it comes to playing aggressive here, the minimum you want to be doing is going to be keeping Life Loom up. If you need more, then you do more. But keeping up those 3 stacks of focus growth is super, super important. At this point, the monk, I was kind of confused. The monkey didn't go there on that leg sweep. He really should have leg sweeped me. He probably could have got it, to be honest. So I'm sitting here cloning. We're getting ready to clone the Serenity. Sat a little too close, get incapped, but he gets a great fear off on it. We get the leg sweep here. He goes to the Cyclone. If this guy wasn't on Fear DR, immediately cloning again, because you know this guy's going to trinket it. Every Windwalker trinkets Serenity. So he trinkets there. I couldn't get it the second one off, unfortunately. He gets a kick on the Repentance. So another thing to note, if you are playing aggressive, make sure that you are aware of Paladins going for Repentance. If you know they are playing Rep and they are running towards you, make sure you do not get caught out of form, because you can lose a lot of momentum. Remember, playing aggressive like this, you need to keep momentum on your side. The second you lose it, you cannot play aggressive anymore. So my teammates get my teammate gets coils off. So now we're just gonna get our hots up rolling. We have Serenity up, he has Serenity up, so I do want to make sure that I'm getting my hots out, keeping everything up here. He's nice and healthy, his wall up. At this point now, once my hots are up and we have momentum, what should I do? One of two things. If possible, priority, get a re-stealth. Okay, if you cannot get a re-stealth, for example, if you have trees out, I have this weaker that shows if I have trees up. If I have trees out, I'm going for maim. I'm swiping, looking for a maim opportunity. So I actually go for Heart of the Wild. I was going to Convoke this guy behind the pillar. Unfortunately, he's going to Shadow Fury him, as you'll see right here. I was right in a good spot to get a Convoke Heart of the Wild. It was unfortunate, but it is what it is. So at this point, I'm going to go for the re-stealth. I get knocked out just at the last second there, which is unfortunate. I'm going to get my hots back going. Remember, healing yourself does not put you in combat. So he has Life Loom on him. I go to Regrowth myself to apply it onto him, and I'm waiting out the re-stealth here. Regrowthing myself. I should drop combat. I guess I don't there. So I throw more hots onto him. I apologize. I wasn't looking for a reset there. Going for a bash into a clone immediately. What did I already have ready to go? I talked about this in my 2v2 guide, is having those swipes prepared beforehand. So I can clone him, immediately pop in, get the Convoke off. Okay, out of this Convoke, he has leg sweep once again, so I got to get out of there. So I start baiting myself out. I use my Stampeding Roar. He gets a coil off, so I want to try to help him out even more with maybe potentially even another stun. But it doesn't look like I'm going to get one here, so I'm going to Cyclone the defensives. Okay, after you do your offensive goes, you get your stuns. Your go is gone. What should you do? Ideally, you want to clone big defensives that they are going to use in response. So they use Sack. I'm going to go over here. I missed completely with my kick. Nobody saw nothing. Everybody blinked at the same time. And now I'm going to be looking for potentially a re-stealth or getting ready for another stun. So I already have a maim locked and loaded, as you saw. That's the cool thing about Convoke, is it gives you 5 combo points ready to use for the next one if you want to maim off of that. Okay, at this point, we're getting hot step here, and I do want to look for a re-stealth here. I think I messed up with this, right? Yeah, I walk into the eye on accident. So I would have gotten a re-stealth, or been waiting to get a re-stealth here. So at this point, there's really nothing to do. So I'm going to just throw a Vortex down. I talk about, again, in my guide, you can get re-stealths off of roots. Roots do not put you in combat. So it's really good against with Destro Locks. I cannot stress it enough. Getting triple roots while you're just helping them out, helping CC the melee from getting away or getting to your target, and then getting a re-stealth. So I'm trying to wait out this re-stealth the best I can here. I get the hots on him first, actually. Okay, at this point, actually, I don't even know if I'm going to go for it. Yeah, it wasn't even worth it on my end. So out of this, I was looking to get a re-stealth, but I couldn't get it. So we're just going to bash him and just chilling. Okay, at this point, I'm just kind of playing passively. Ideally, I'd be getting a little bit more on the re-stealth side of things, but it's honestly not too bad here. Okay, I think I'm going to end up going for it now. Okay, keeping an eye out for the Paladin for the CC. Drop combat, here it is. So at first here, we're going to push. We still have stun DR on the Monk, otherwise I would have stunned the Monk first. But we're going to push in, stun the Paladin, push out a line, get the Cyclone where we can't be stopped, shift, wait for the stun DR to fall, push in. We know he's going to trinket that one. Ideally get a clone off this. We do, right on the sacrifice, perfect. Okay, so we get our stuns off. After they respond to the cooldowns, we just clone it, okay? Very well done. I go for a second clone. I miss it. That's a very bad on my end. So now I get incapped, and then they get momentum kind of back. Paladins are pushing in. I could trank this. I end up just going bear form instead because I'm kind of fine here. Barkskin. Okay, at this point, I'm looking to. I think I end up going for like a. No, I don't go for meld or anything. Okay, utilizing my leap to my partner that I talk about in my guide. Yeah, it's the best way to get away. I love my one combo I do all the time. If you see, I play short. Short Stampeding Roar and leaping to my teammate and then Stampeding Roar and getting the F out of there. Okay, at this point here, we're going to be looking for another stun. He does have leg sweep. We got lucky that I got the coil off there. So off the coils, I love to get stuns. So I'm going to push in onto the healer, get a clone, Shadow Melt, Rake Stun into the Convoke. And then I'm going to push in over here, stun him off. We force out the Karma. Okay, now we're going to be looking to clone the Karma, juke the kick, get the clone. Karma is secured. Okay, just like textbook, man. So I'm getting my CC on the healer, stunning the DPS, forcing out cooldowns from the other team, and then we're going to Cyclone them. Okay, we bang out another Cyclone here. Ideally, I should get a second clone here. Actually, I didn't even need to. So another option to do out of the Cycloning is Vortexing and then going for Roots. As you'll see here, just to keep him in line for my Destro Lock. And then like I was going for those Roots, like I said, Vortex is not put you in combat either. I have another re-stealth ready to go. So I'm just going to wait at this point, waiting for the Monk to poke so that I can get a stun in line of my Destro Lock so he can create more pressure. So just waiting it out, waiting it out. I get a stun. I wind up going for a stun on the Tears Livers. He pushes back out. Perfect bash opportunity right there. Okay, at this point here, we're going to get our Life Looms back up, get some hots rolling, and then I'm going to look for a re-stealth. Rinse and repeat, right? Whenever you get the momentum like this. This is something you're not really going to be able to do with it melee, but it is way easier with the caster. All right, so position myself away from the Paladin altogether so that I can avoid the CC, get a re-stealth, wait for this DR to fall to... Oh, okay. Because he was on DR, I'm going to do exactly what I did in the other instance before, is I'm actually going to push onto the healer, get the Rake Stun into clone. He bops. Luckily, I was in a good spot to get it off. I'm going to swipe into the clone. I talk about this in my guide as well. That's why I made that guide. Make sure you check that out. So I swipe into the clone, generate those 5 combo points for the maim, push in, get the maim, convoke. Didn't even need the convoke, and the game was done. So just constant CC the entire game. We were never under pressure at all in that game, and that is how it's done, baby. So in conclusion, making sure that you are setting up for your caster or DPS in general. This works way better with a caster. You're not going to be able to play just like this. This is what I called that aggressive style in my guide, where you really don't play as passively as you do with a melee, but rotating your stuns with your clones on cooldowns, and it's just going to be clean, man. You're never going to feel in trouble the entire game. It's going to be lovely. All right, well, that's it, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next one. Peace out.